From the Crush Studio in sunny Florida, this is the Disney Crush Podcast. And now your two tempests in a teacup, Dave and Tony Ann.
On this week's The Disney Crush Podcast, Dave and Tony Ann talk about news, Facebook, and other fun stuff coming to Walt Disney World. Episode 306 of the Disney Crush Podcast is starting right now.
That just came over? You just got that, huh?
No, it's on the pass. It was an announcement from Moana, but it says a new magnet coming, and then it played a video, and it was all in black and white, and it says "hop to it."
Well, yeah. Well, take that as you will, because that sounds like it could be
That's
Oswald.
Oswald.
Yeah,
that's Oswald, definitely.
Wow.
So, breaking news here on the Disney Crush. I just meandered over to the pass holder section of the app, the My Disney Experience app, to look at the information about the Moana pass holder previews. And there was a little thing next to it that said, hop to it. Guess what the next pass holder magnet is? And I clicked on it and it played a little video in black and white, which makes me think that Dave is going to be very happy because I think Oswald's coming.
Yeah, and of course they're going to do it on a day where,
we're blocked out.
Yeah, or middle of the week sometime where I'm working or I can't get over there.
Dave, we will get it.
I know.
Veronica will take off work and go get it.
I'll take off work and go do it. Yes.
Well, you are retired.
I know, but I know. I could just hop in a car and drive. Hey, give me a reason to go over to Disney. It's about time. I talked to Hanover Fist, our friend that works at Disney, and who's very elusive right now, but He did take my phone call, and I explained to him
maybe the magnet is for you.
Well, I said, dude, what's up with Oswald? It's 100. All these things are going on, and he doesn't get the love. He gets it in Disneyland much more than he does in Disney World.
That's true.
And he said, Dave, let me get back to you on that. And then look, that was like a week ago. He's quick. I think he might have made things happen.
Well, my friend Mandy Malinowski just got back from Disneyland. And she said that her husband fell in love and may never come back to Disney World again, to Walt Disney World. So I'm a little nervous.
I'd like to have him on the show or have them both on the show, or Mandy. He might not come on, but and find out what exactly it is that made him feel that way.
Okay, we'll have them on.
I wonder if it's because, I don't know. I just wonder what it is. Because I have a lot of people say the complete opposite. Like, I love Disneyland. I love it, love it, love it. It's intimate. But, yeah, Disney World, it's just, it's got me. I don't know.
All right. I just posted on the Friends of the Disney Crush. So, anyway.
What's the Friends of the Disney Crush?
It's our Facebook group, David.
Oh.
Do you know about the Friends of the Disney Crush? Oh. Remember that time I banned you from the Friends of the Disney Crush? I do
remember. And I was like, why can't I get on my own Facebook group? I think I called you. I'm like, something's going on. I can't get on. Yeah, that was a little trickery on there. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's okay. I
was trying to making you your birthday video. I made another, by the way, people go to our YouTube channel. I did post a second TDC video using the song Eye to Eye from the Goofy movie. And it was my Labor Day gift to our listeners and Dave.
You know what? Thank you very much for that. And every time you do a video, I always say to myself, she can't top herself, but this one you topped yourself. And maybe it's because I'm in there a lot. Maybe that has something to do with it. But
yeah. Well, you know what? It's really funny because I get at the end of all our trips, I get pictures. I have everybody send me all their pictures whenever we have a group trip, and then I make these videos. But a lot of times, what happens is I'll get a lot of pictures from one person, so then you'll see whoever was with that person in all the pictures. So whoever was with Amanda Lamb, their pictures are highly featured in this video because there's like a whole lot of Amanda Lamb in this video.
Well, you know what? Like I have a lot. I'm pretty good. I have a thing on my phone. It's an object eraser. I can edit people out of photos.
Edit Amanda Lamb out?
Send me the pictures and I'll edit her right out. Yeah, no problem.
No. But anyway, that was fun. But I still have some more pictures, but I don't know if I have enough to make a third video.
Okay.
And now we have another big meetup coming up. So, but Dave, whenever I make one of these videos, I always wonder who's going to make one for me.
Well, I don't know. But you're in a lot. You put yourself in there, so come on.
No, I know, but I mean, like,
you just want to be surprised with the pictures and stuff.
I don't know. I'm just talking about my in memoriam video, and I think about that, and I think maybe I should start working on it now.
No, maybe I should devil into that a little bit. Yeah. Well, give me one more thing to do, because I was doing a photo dump the other night. I think it was last night or night before last. Because I was having, I've got so much stuff on my phone, and something was coming over, and I couldn't do anything. I'm like, oh gosh, I got to do a photo dump. So I'm just dumping. And I came across so many pictures that I was thinking in my mind, that would be a really good picture for Tony Ann to do a video with. I kept thinking, oh, that's another one. That's another good photo.
So send them and I'll make a video.
Okay. I mean, I'm in all of them, but does that matter? Or?
Reflections of Dave.
Okay. That sounds good. See? Reminds me almost of the Journey of Water, Reflections of Moana. The Journey of Water is coming. Pass holders now get to see it before the general public, if you will. The dates are September 24th to the 29th and October 1st to the 4th.
When we found out, Veronica called me and she's like, am I going to get an email? Do I have to sign up? And you don't.
No, you don't. It's going to go from park open to park close, and no reservations required. You just have to have a reservation for the park that day.
For Epcot.
For Epcot, right. So that is required. You have to be an annual pass holder, a current annual pass holder. You have to show your ID, and anybody with you has to also be an annual pass holder.
Right. You can't bring your cousin Sally with you.
No registration. No, it's going to be a standby queue. So just go if you're in that area, or if you're in Epcot that day.
Yeah, I think, does it say you go over to Coral Reef? It says something like check in at Coral Reef. I thought it said.
Yes, it did. Yes.
So it's interesting. You have to have an Epcot park reservation, and they specifically say you cannot you can't come to Epcot at 2:00 with, because now pass holders could enter the park after 2 without reservations, or you can hop after 2 without reservations. They're saying, no, you must have a park reservation for Epcot that day.
That is correct.
Which makes me think that it might be less crowded at night, because only people that were at Epcot during the day are going to be able to hit it at night. And so that might be the time you want to go. Because people will come in the morning and then they'll want to hop at 2:00. Mm-hmm. But people hopping to Epcot aren't eligible. That
is correct.
So that's interesting.
And another good thing about this is that we're going to be in Disney World that week. So it's going to coincide with our trip.
Yep.
And we're going to be there with a few other people too. A couple.
I hadn't heard. Are you sure there's going to be other people?
I heard a couple other people are coming that same week, so they're going to be able to see it too. So I don't know. Cool. I think our Epcot day we have planned for Saturday.
Our day is Saturday, but it's not happening on Saturday.
No, it's not.
So we're going to have to find another day. I'm thinking the Wednesday when I arrive, I may do it.
Okay. Yeah, we were thinking the same thing. Either Wednesday, the day we arrive, or possibly Monday. Sometime Monday.
Before we leave.
Right, yes. So those are the two choices we are looking at.
Yeah. Michael will be with me on Monday. He won't be with me on Wednesday, so he might like to see it.
What do you mean he won't be with you on Wednesday?
He's coming on Friday. Dominic's bringing Michael to me.
Oh, really? Oh.
Yeah, I'm going to have 2 grown-up days.
Wow. Well, that's very kind of Rich.
Of Dominic. He's going to drive his brother over.
Yeah.
Dominic doesn't want to go to the Halloween party, and it's good now. The Halloween party, he can't change his mind, because the Halloween party on Friday, September 29th just sold out. So if you didn't get your tickets, you're going to have to hang out with Dave and Veronica that night.
Yeah, I'm not too sure what we're going to do. I think we might hang out with that guy from across the pond, I think.
Yeah. So, and Dominic's probably just going to go to the Springs, he said, that night. And then he's going to come to Epcot with us on Saturday. I have to buy his ticket. I haven't done that yet.
Well, you better get on it. And
my travel advisor, I don't know if you've ever heard of her. Her name's Mandy Malinowski. I was playing on the Bonvoy app tonight and noticed that the rate at the Dolphin has gone down. So she adjusted my rate. So now it's actually cheaper. It was like $12 more than Pop Century. Now it's actually cheaper than Pop Century to stay at the Dolphin, including the resort fee.
Wow, interesting.
So, yeah. Well, the thing was, my dates start right the day I want to go to Pop or the resort that I'm going to, when Michael's coming, is the day after the deal ends. Like any deals they have end that day. And then the new deals don't start until the Monday that I'm checking out. Yeah.
Oh, how dare they?
So it's like there's like 3 days right there in the middle, and those are the 3 days I'm staying. Mm-hmm. So it was cheaper for me to go to Dolphin.
Well, so. I like the Dolphin, so I think you'll be fine.
Yeah. But if Dominic comes, I'm going to have to get the $25 roll away because he won't sleep in a bed with his brother.
Any more news? I know there's some pass holder merch. There's a
Jeff Apoka posted it yesterday. There's a merch event at Wide World of Sports, which I don't know. Is it going to be a zoo? I don't really understand what they're doing.
Normally it's a zoo, and it's probably going to be a lot of those
resellers.
A lot of the resellers probably in there trying to scoop up all that stuff.
60% off selected items for annual pass holders, exclusive merchandise, early access, and deep discounts for select merchandise. This will be at the ESPN Wide World of Sports. Early access to purchase new trading pins and Pandora charms, including an Epcot Reimagined Pandora charm, a Journey into Imagination with Figment Pandora charm, Minnie Mouse Bride Pandora charm, and a Grogu Rose Gold Pandora charm. It's going to be September 20th to September 23rd from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. at the Wide World of Sports, and a virtual queue will be in place. You'll need to use your My Disney Experience app to join the virtual queue. Standby will not be available. You can request to join the queue starting at 8 a.m. on the morning of the event. You do not need to be at Disney World to join the queue, so you can join from home. And once your group is called, you have 2 hours to come. So, and the event ends at 7. So be sure to allow yourself enough time to shop. So, yeah. So we could get on the queue and have time.
It's going to be a madhouse
to join. Oh yeah. So it says, besides the Pandora, they're going to have access to the special Pandora charms. They're going to have 60% off select merchandise, including apparel, 50th anniversary stuff that they're trying to get rid of, Loungefly, Dooney and Burke, fashions. There's going to be photo opportunities and special food and beverages.
Repeat the dates, please.
September 20th to the 23rd. Right before we come, of course.
Yes. See, I might be out of town that weekend.
Yep. Well, I wasn't going anyway, so.
Oh, you don't care about that?
I'm not a merch girl.
No, I know, but I'd like to get some of those pins for my daughter, especially the Grogu.
Oh, okay.
Grogu.
Mm-hmm. So, David.
Yes.
We haven't seen each other. Just, it's weird.
Yeah, I've been fine. I don't know. How about you? You've been good?
I'm great.
I see you all the time when we do these.
When we do this
lives and podcasts, so I get enough of you. Yeah.
I had fun with the bingo. I went searching for that article, and it was right here on my phone on the app, right where I was on the pass holder page. So yeah. Moana's so if Moana's preview is going to be that last week in September and first week in October. You think it's going to open to the public the next week? I'm not sure.
Well, I think it's going to be opening. They said later in the year, so I think it's going to be. It's going to. Yeah, I think they're getting the kinks out right now, and a lot of it is what do you call it? Photo cameras. You raise your hand and water comes up. I'm sure everybody's seen the. Yeah. I've seen. Everybody's seen it by now. So yeah, they're getting the kinks out. So I don't think it's going to be that long. Most of the time when something like this happens, it's shortly after that they open it back up. And I have to say, I think I've talked about it on a previous show that I'm very impressed at how nice it is. It looks a lot better than I thought it was going to look. Mm-hmm. It's bigger than I thought it was going to be. The only problem I have with it, and it's a big, big, big problem, is that it's just in the wrong part. It's in the wrong part. Yeah, I think it should be in
Animal Kingdom.
And
I think it should be in.
I don't know in what universe that Chapek was sitting at a table with other people and someone just didn't say to him, "Hey, big guy, this is the worst place to put this." I don't know why. And he probably just shut him down. Just be quiet. I'm the man. Thanks, Chapek.
Well, was Chapek in charge when that was announced, or was Iger in charge when that was announced?
I think it was Chapek.
Announced a long time ago.
2019, I think. Was it?
Yeah, Iger was still in charge. Iger was in charge through during the pandemic when it started in 2020. He was going to help usher through this hard time.
So it's Iger's fault?
Everything's Iger's fault. Everything we blame Chapek for was all Iger's fault. Well, then, and Josh. Iger and Josh.
Then they need to fire Iger. He needs to go. He needs to get his walking papers and hit the road, Jack. Get out.
He's already retired twice.
He needs to completely retire and just get out, because that was the worst decision. It really is bad. I mean, why? Why? What board meeting did you have and everybody agreed? Yeah, let's put it in Epcot. Great place. No.
Because they wanted to make Journey into they wanted to make World of Nature, because these are the new worlds. There's going to be World of Play, World of Celebration, World of Nature, and then the World Showcase. And I'm probably forgetting one. World of the one with Guardians and Test Track. I forget what that one's called.
It doesn't fit. Epcot's becoming a big mess right now. It's just.
Let's see when it's all done, Dave. Let's give it time when it's all done and we see the vision completed. Then we can say, thanks, Chapek, and mean it.
Thanks, Iger. It wasn't, you said it was Iger's problem. No. Are you going to thank Chapek for it now?
Chapek cut all the stuff. Chapek cut the Mary Poppins ride, the play pavilion, all that stuff.
I mean, can we be honest right now? I mean, Epcot is already confusing as it is. I mean, you got how many countries? You don't know what country you're in. You walk a little while, you're in Mexico. You walk a little further, you're in Italy. I mean, you walk a little further huh?
Norway's next, and then China.
Yeah. I mean, no, I'm just saying you can just walk the other way. Go to Germany. Yeah, go the opposite way of Mexico.
And what the heck is that refreshment port?
I don't know. I don't see. It's so confusing. That whole place is confusing. And there's that big ball. I mean, that big golf ball. I mean, what the heck is that in the middle of everything? What the heck? I mean, what is Epcot coming to? And not only that, it's Epcot hot. I mean, the place is a boiling like the sun, like you're stepping onto the sun.
It's all concrete and metal.
Oh, gosh. I mean,
it is.
It's the worst. Right. I mean, Epcot. Oh, I was just getting to like Epcot. Now they got me because of Moana. But
the thing about Epcot, when you say Epcot is hot, and it is, and if you're outside at Epcot, there's no reprieve from the sun. But there are a lot of places to go inside and get air conditioning. Because the pavilions, you walk from pavilion to pavilion and it's hot. But then once you get inside the pavilion, you have, I mean, if you go into the Test Track building, you can go into the Mission Space building, you can go into the land, you can go into the seas, you can go into the Imagination Pavilion. All of those have nice air conditioned areas to soak up. The only pavilion that really doesn't is where Guardians is in Future World. And then if you go in the back, you got Mexico to duck into. You could duck into China has a huge gift shop, and Germany has some gift shops. The American Pavilion, you go sit in there, and you could just sit there in the rotunda or in that little space before, right by the doors. There's those high top tables.
Yeah, but see, I'm an outdoors kind of guy. I want to be outside, and that's why I like Animal Kingdom, because there's so much shade everywhere.
Yes,
there's shade everywhere, and not in Epcot. So I don't want to be inside all the time. I want to be outside. I personally feel Hollywood is the worst park on a hot day, because there is nowhere to run inside and get air other than the one man's dream. Yeah, I kind of agree with that too.
That's about it. Yeah. That's the only place you can go inside. I mean, if you can get a table inside Baseline Tap House, great, but most people can't.
Yeah, we got lucky last time we were there. I know, but yeah. I agree. All the parks are hot. Magic Kingdom is even hot. The only good, whatever.
You have to just go sit inside a quick service if you're at Hollywood.
Well, that's one of the reasons they put
not Woody's Lunchbox, because nope. Andy was a poor landscape designer.
Sure was. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he should have built a little hut or something. Yeah.
Oh, Michael's here. He put a shirt on. He put one of my Disney Crush shirts on. He put on the correct podcast shirt.
Wow, that's unusual.
but it's mine. He didn't put on his own shirt. He put on one of mine.
And this is Michael's Minute.
So,
Tomorrow's Friday. Whose birthday's next on your calendar? Ugh.
Come on, dude.
Whose birthday's next? Why are you looking at me? He knows.
That's what it is.
What's the next birthday on your calendar in September?
See.
Let's see.
There'll be no cake for you if you don't get this question right.
Oh, say it in the microphone. Everyone can hear you.
Band Dave. Band Dave.
Band Dave?
Band Dave.
I'm in a band now?
I don't know what he's talking about. You mean Uncle Dave?
Band Dave.
Band Dave.
Okay.
You are covered in ketchup, dude.
Guess.
Oh, Ben and Dave. His nephew Ben. It's his birthday on the 24th.
Okay.
Ben and Dave, not Band Dave.
Well.
Dave's
What's Dave's?
Dave's on September.
What's the number?
September. What?
September?
What?
No, you know.
September 5th.
No.
Dave's
The 19th.
Okay.
And Ben is the 24th.
Yes.
Okay. Go get the ketchup off your face, dude.
So, as far as how you see okay.
Oh, and then there's a Halloween party on Friday, the 29th. Cool. All right. Oh, your costume came. We got to try it on, but not in that all ketchupy. Saturday is what? Cacat.
So
Hollywood.
everybody is
Wawa. Okay.
Just
Yes. Tuesday's work. I got to go back to work. All right. This has been riveting. Come on. Come on.
As I say is
I'm calling Dad.
As hyperactive too, right?
Yes. Yes.
That's right.
We're not running through the whole calendar, Mike. Okay. Bye. I love you. Mm-hmm. That's in October. We're not talking about October. It's only September. Let's get through September first. He's moved on to the October birthdays.
I see that.
Mm-hmm.
Mine just was gone in a flash. Yep.
All right. So, what were we talking about? Oh, hot parks.
Yeah.
All right. Well.
Yeah. Well, I can.
Michael took the air out of that balloon.
That's
the conversation.
Okay. That's okay. He's okay. You know, that's why they put it in Epcot, because Epcot's so hot. That's why they put the Journey of Water there.
So you can walk through water?
Yes. So you can get, because there's two paths. You can take the dry way or the wet way.
So how wet do you get on the wet way?
You know, I think if you stand in certain areas, you can get pretty soaked. Yeah. But I think a lot of it is interactive. So, you know, jumping on things and standing in front of things. I think you can dodge a little bit of it. But they say if you go that way, you're going to get wet.
I mean, I don't mind getting a little wet on a hot day, but I don't want to get soaked.
Well, I think we're going to find out pretty soon. I think I've seen a couple of videos. Mm-hmm. Now, I normally don't look at stuff like that until I want to see it firsthand. And,
right.
But on this one, I'm like, I think because my expectations were so low for this one, I'm like, oh, this is gonna be really bad. And then I was pleasantly surprised. All right. So we'll find out.
We'll see for ourselves in a few weeks.
Yeah. Hey, in 100-degree weather, I might run through there and get a little wet.
And Samantha was saying that she's heard it's much nicer at night, but
I can imagine. Yeah. Because it looks like Pandora. Hello. Yeah. No, it looks like Animal Kingdom. Yeah, perfect.
Where it belongs. Right.
Yeah, they're going to have music, lights. Oh, it's going to be wonderful. I might just stay there. I might just go into Epcot and you guys, when you guys leave, just come back, get me on the way out.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
It's going to hang out here with Hey Hey and Moana, Pua.
I don't know, Dave. All right. So, I've got a little bit of Facebook, I think.
A little bit of Facebook. Well then, if I may.
On this week's The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly of Facebook. Journey of Water's in the wrong park.
Okay, first of all, I belong to a group for the Halloween party. Like everything, they all talk about the Halloween party and all the stuff at the Halloween party. And this guy dressed like one of the Mickey light posts, like with the Halloween wreath. So he had Mickey ears covered in like fall leaves and pumpkins, and then he has a wreath around his neck with the Mickey pumpkin head in it. He looks like a light post. His clothes are the same color as a light post.
That's kind of brilliant.
Yeah, he is. He's brilliant. Yep. Okay, here's one. Dave, I want to talk to you about something. Hi, all. We've decided to surprise our kids with a trip to Disney and Universal. We have 2 children, 11 and 8, who are prime age and raring to go. But our youngest is almost 4 and has some developmental delays and sensory issues that would make a visit difficult. Her grandparents, who live elsewhere in Florida, have happily agreed to watch her for 4 days while we take the older kids to Orlando. Our youngest does not know that the theme parks exist, but loves all things Disney, especially the princesses. We want her to feel included in the trip, like she's having fun. Disney themed visit with the grandparents. Oh, have a fun Disney themed visit with the grandparents. Any ideas on how to help her enjoy the Disney experience without actually visiting the park? So our kid knows about Disney, loves the princesses, but we're going to just bring the other kids. Now, you were a big proponent of this last week, of not bringing the little ones. See, I think this is cruel because I think this kid's eventually going to see these pictures from this trip.
Well, no, I'm a proponent of that, but the ages were a little different last time, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was like a baby.
Yeah, like a year and a half old or whatever, a real pain in the butt. But 11 and an 8-year-old and a 4-year-old.
Yeah, I think that would be okay.
Okay, yeah. I agree with him. Leave the 4-year-old. Yeah, it's just going to be
So
terrible.
did you see that you've been elected to take the Austin kids on a day at Animal Kingdom? Just you and the Austin kids?
Yeah, I saw that. I can't believe that they would actually entrust me with their kids.
Trust you with their children.
I was
their
very
future,
happy.
With their legacy.
I couldn't believe it. So you know when that's going to happen, Tony Ann? Never.
When Moana Journey of Water comes into Epcot,
I'll say, come on,
Kingdom.
kids. No, I would take. They'd have the best time with me. Trust me.
They would.
We'd have a blast. Oh, we'd have a blast.
They would. You'd be giving them some water when they got whiny. Giving them some of Uncle Dave's water.
When they got back to Mom and Dad, they'd be like, "Mommy, Daddy, we want to go live with Uncle Dave."
I would love to give Dan and Holly a grown-up day alone at Disney. I think that'd be awesome.
I'll babysit the
kids.
But
I don't know that you would be the person I would.
What? Come on now. I'd call their grandma and grandpas and say, "Would you come pick these kids up, please? Come get them right now." No, I said, look.
You'd lose them in the dinosaur boneyard thing over in
Dude, I just turned my head for a second and they were gone. I say if you're going to leave the 4-year-old, I'm going back to the post you just read about. Mm-hmm. If you're going to leave the 4-year-old, leave the 11, 8-year-old. It's not fair. It's just not fair. Leave them all. Leave all 3.
Mm-hmm. Right,
leave
exactly.
Them all. Either take them all or leave them all. That's one.
Here's one about your favorite restaurant, Dave. I'm from England and I went to Casey's Corner for lunch today. I went for the chili cheese dog and the chili was really bad. It just tastes like minced beef with no hint of spice. Is this normal for the U.S.? I was really looking forward to it, but could only manage a third before I gave it up as a bad job and launched it in the bin. So, Dave, is it typical for hot dogs in the U.S. to be disgusting?
Well, I mean, who eats those things? I mean, I don't know. I just don't even know why. Do you know what they're mixed with? You know what's in those things?
I don't know.
Oh, it's just disgusting. And then the chili. Well, of course it's going to be bad. Come on. Chili dog. Oh, God.
So I'm looking at my screenshots and I just found this conversation because I had saved it and sent it to Mandy to see if she had any experience with this. One of our friends is going to wine and dine in November, and it wasn't her 60-day point yet to make dining reservations, but she did have park reservations, and she went on the app to look at like the menu at a restaurant, and she noticed that it said reserve now or and she clicked on it. and it let her make a reservation for the day that she has a park reservation, but it wasn't her 60-day mark yet. And it would only, she tried it at other restaurants and found it only worked at park restaurants. It only worked in park. So you couldn't make a reservation for Grand Floridian Cafe.
Mm-hmm.
And it only worked in parks that she had made the park reservation for. So I asked Mandy if she had seen this before, and she hadn't. And other people in the chat that I'm in tried it for themselves, and it worked for them too. So it's weird. Yeah, she says, I was trying to double check my ADR date using Genie, which I've done before. You basically click a restaurant in the park that you're going to, and it will pop up how many days until you can make the ADR. So I did that yesterday, and to my surprise, it popped up that I can make reservations now. I was able to make reservations for Crystal Palace, which I canceled because I won't even be there. Yeah. So, yeah. So it wasn't at her 60-day mark.
Well, you heard it here first.
Well, and I
really.
think your mileage may vary. I don't know if it was a glitch that day. But I don't know. It may be worth looking at. This person says, does anyone strictly order from quick service restaurants instead of table service? I feel like I save so much more money and time. Adult meals are only $12 to $15, while table service meals are easily twice that much, not including tips. The only thing that stinks is it typically doesn't include a drink, but I bring a cooler and sodas with me to the park anyway. I love Disney food, and I think it's an integral part of the experience. So a lot of people, I think this person thinks they like discovered all of a sudden just eating quick service, but I think a lot of people just eat quick service.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's a lot of good quick services at Disney.
There really is. There is a lot of good ones. There's a lot of bad ones, but there's a lot of good ones.
I think of all the parks, Magic Kingdom suffers. I think it really has the worst food. I think it has the worst table service options and the worst quick service options, as far as I'm concerned.
And there's no taverns. No, yeah.
Yeah, so you got it right.
So
I mean, I really don't want to eat anywhere at Magic Kingdom except for Skippered Jungle.
And that one came to us later on in our Disney adventures because we really, I don't think either one of us really ever ventured in there until recently, last couple of years. I used to like really sing the praises of Columbia Harbor House, but lately I've found that it's hit and miss. Yeah, I've had some bad experiences there. I have to agree. The last time we were there, it just wasn't the same. It wasn't good. Yeah, it's gone down. Well, I think now that we've had things like the Satuli Canteen and certain other quick service that we're trying, the bar has been raised, if you will.
Yeah.
So now we're being a little bit more picky about our quick service, and Yak and Yeti's quick service is really good. There's a lot of good ones. There really are a lot of good ones, but you got to weed out the bad ones.
There's a lot of good ones in Epcot too, and even Hollywood has some good ones.
Hollywood does too. Yes. Yep.
So the other thing, I noticed in Disneyland they're getting a Tiana's Cafe, a Tiana's restaurant, and I'm jealous that we're not, because the new Splash Mountain theming, the Tiana's Bayou Adventure, is all about Tiana foods. It's about her collecting ingredients. So I think we should have a restaurant. Because that's what she's doing. But we also didn't get a Remy. We got a creperie instead of Remy's.
Well, they could even do a nice quick service. Maybe that would even be good.
Yeah. Put some etouffee and
something.
Muffalettas and things and beignets. Yeah. So I don't know.
Okay, I got one, and this is going to coincide with a future podcast that we're going to do on staying fit for Disney.
Oh, I got one for that too.
Okay, good. I realize this sounds silly, but oh well, I absolutely know we will be walking steps in the thousands daily. What's the average amount of steps, miles per day? ? I walk between 8,000 to 9,000 steps daily on average. We've done 3 Disneyland trips and a Universal Hollywood trip, and I average about 17,000 steps per day on those trips. Trips were about 9 to 10 hours in the parks themselves each day. Should I expect more per day at Walt Disney World, or is that about right?
No, you should expect more in Disney World.
Yeah.
Disney World's more. When I look at my app, I walk between 25 and 35,000
right
on my Disney days. And here's the thing: I was up until recently, I was not taking many steps in my real life, and then I was going to Disney on a Saturday. I would take like 2,000 steps on Friday. And then I'd go to Disney and take 30,000. And then on Sunday, I'd be a mess. It's going to be very interesting to see when I hit the parks hard later this month.
Yeah.
How different I feel. Because since I started exercising regularly, I've only done day trips with my friends, and we didn't hit the parks hard. We just we hit the lounges.
Yeah. So you don't get your steps in at the lounges, Tony Ann.
No.
You know.
Although I did take the wrong monorail and we had to walk from Magic Kingdom to the Contemporary.
You just worked
so
that.
There were some steps.
You're left-handed or right-handed?
Left-handed.
Left-handed, that's right. You're going to be using that left hand a lot in drinking those drinks. That's it. You got a little bicep workout, tricep workout. Yeah.
Anyway, yeah,
it's going to be.
But my next thing was about the fitness too, and that was why I was going to read it. I was going to save it for the fitness show because I was going to read it as the opening to our fitness show.
Okay.
So I'm not going to read it.
You're not going to read it? Okay. Well, what we're going to do then is we're going to try really hard. And when someone says I'm going to try, that really means they're not going to do it. So I'm not going to say we're going to try. We're going to put out a show on fitness after we get back from Disney, because then that way you can talk about how did it make a difference?
Okay.
How did you feel? And me too, good. Because I've been on a little diet too, and my knees feels much better, and so I'll be able to talk about that too.
So, what is your plan for when we go over? Because you're eating just animal products. You're like making Samantha and Bubba shake.
I know. I'm sorry.
And Sean, you are eating just carnivore.
Well,
so what is your plan for Disney? Are you going to splurge, or are you going to stay on program?
No, well, that's one of the things we're worried about. But we've kind of the last time. Well, let's see. The last time we were there, we were kind of just starting, and we did find some things that we could do. And if you talk to them, like we went to Backlot Express, believe it or not,
right?
And I think we talked about it at one of our shows, and
the chicken thighs,
and we talked to them, and they made it happen for us, and it was wonderful. So I think if you just talk to them, a lot of times they'll see if they can't.
Right, and we're going to talk about that more on that future episode, because I did go to Disney while I was still doing my 75 hard, and I went to eat with Mandy, and I also ate at Animal Kingdom. And I was able to stay on my plan. So
yeah, I think they'll accommodate you. I mean, they accommodate allergies and all that kind of stuff. And I think if you talk to them, I think they're more than willing to try to help you out. And look, but if they're going to charge you anyway, so you're going to pay for it either way. You want it, with extra sauce and all that kind of stuff. You're going to pay the same amount without it.
Yeah, and I mean, if you see me at G3, I will be splurging. My 30 days ends on your birthday, and I will not go hog wild on the day after your birthday on September 20th, just like I did with 75. I found that I really didn't want anything crazy, but I'm not going to deprive myself when I'm at Disney.
Yeah, it's amazing though. I mean, when you really start getting in, and well, we can save this for the fitness show, but anyway, there's a lot of things that come into it and go into it. And look, I don't want to make anybody cringe from the way I'm eating. I don't cringe the way they eat. So I don't care. Right. You eat the way you want to eat, and I'll eat what I eat, and we all can get along.
And you're still feeling it's making a difference in
oh my gosh,
the way
it's
you feel.
Amazing. I never would have believed it unless I've done it, unless it happened. Yeah, it's just absolutely amazing, absolutely amazing.
Now, have you gotten to the point? Well, I guess we'll save it for the show.
Well, no, say it now. You got to say that.
Have you gotten to the point where you don't have cravings anymore? Because that's where I am.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't have any sugar cravings. I don't, it used to be I'd crave pasta or toast or a piece of cake. And I don't have any of that.
No, I mean, there's certain things that I look at and I'm like, I wouldn't mind a nice big smash burger with the buns and all that stuff. But honestly, not so much. This is a little a tease for the show, but like sugars, I've cut out all my sugars, and it's not like I ate a lot of sweets anyway, but I ate, or I added honey, which is a no, and sugar to my coffee, and what else? And I would, and just in some of the other things I would eat, sauces and stuff had a lot of sugar in it. Things that you don't realize have sugar in it.
Right.
That when you go on this diet, you look at the labels, and you're like, oh my gosh, I never realized that had sugar in it, and that has sugar in it. No wonder it tastes good. Yeah. So my coffee, I've been trying artificial sweeteners, and that's a big no too. And I tried the monk fruit. So I kind of weaned myself off of sugar with the monk fruit sugar. And now I'm drinking coffee without any sugar at all.
So am I. And I'm just drinking coffee with cream.
That's me too. And I can't even believe that I'm doing that.
I've been doing that since March. Yeah.
So anyway, so it just takes a while, but your body gets adjusted to it. And salt's good, so I can have salt.
Right.
A lot of
it's
people,
really weird because I'm right now. People don't know this, but Dave doesn't show his face to me. He hides from me, and he puts up his avatar, which is actually a picture of me. And I'm looking at this picture of me at the last G3. And I see a difference. I'm looking at my face on the screen, my actual face that's talking right now, and looking at my face on Dave's avatar. I see a big difference.
Oh, people are going to walk right by you.
But I don't know me. I'm too loud. But but I don't see it in the mirror. I don't see it until I'm on this screen. It's very weird.
Mm-hmm. Well, I tell you that all the time.
I don't see it in the mirror. I see it up here when we're on the monitor.
Yeah. Well, you told me, I would say, oh my gosh, your face is getting so thin. And you're like, no, really? I don't see it. But I see it. And that's the thing is we don't really see it ourselves, but other people will see it.
Yeah. All right. I guess that's it for the Disney Crush tonight, Dave.
Okay. Sounds good.
It's a Facebook night and some news.
Yeah, but it was fun.
Some yammering.
It was fun. I'm sorry. I want to apologize for the rants, but it's just the way I feel.
You're fine.
Okay.
There is something I want to say to our Patreon supporters. We love you. Thank you. It has come to our attention that there's an issue with the third-party billing through Patreon, and some people's payments have been knocked back the last 2 months where it's not going through. So check with your bank, check your accounts to see if it's, and it's not just the Disney Crush. It's all of us. It's any Patreon, any place you support with Patreon, check your bank or check your bank statement to see if it came off or not. Cause it's not going through. Andy brought it to our attention that his bank contacted him or Patreon contacted him.
Yeah.
And said his payment didn't go through. And there were a few people that it affected last month and it happened again this month.
And I emailed them and they got back to me and they said they're working on it and they apologize. And I'm going to get back to them again and let them know and see if anything has been resolved yet.
Yeah. So. And we've gotten some feedback from one of our supporters saying that they'd prefer the yearly payment. I always thought people liked the monthly, but I guess some people who are smart with their finances, they prefer the yearly. And we didn't have that as an option, but Dave's working on getting that set up too.
Yeah. So their whole billing thing is a mess right now. So hopefully it will be resolved in the next week or so. I thought it would have been resolved by now, but it's still not. So we apologize.
Yeah. So yeah. All right.
Okay, Tony, I guess that's going to do it for this week's Disney Crush podcast. You guys know where to follow us. All those great places on Facebook and Instagram, _Disney Crush on Instagram. Friends of Disney Crush on Facebook, private group. Come on over. We'll let you guys in, maybe. All right, Tony. And so until next week, we're gonna say goodbye, I guess. So I don't want to say goodbye.
Goodbye. We'll see you at the parks.
Okay.
All right. Bye.
I think that's it. All right.